Good evening. Welcome in our emission Laverite Zenes. Today we are welcoming the kids of Dukesbridge School. Avivya, who is 12 years old, and Pratham Ghoorah, who is 14 years old. Welcome, Avivya. Can you tell us more about yourself?
Well, hello, my name is Avivya Maddali. I'm 12 years old and I go to Dukesbridge Secondary School, and I like to read, sing, and yeah, that's about it.
Pratham, can you introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Pratham Ghoorah. I'm 14 years old. I enjoy playing badminton, video games, and really that's it.
Avivya, what do you think of the song Vive nous la vie, which sings against bullying? Does it inspire you in your daily life at school?
Well, in fact, I am in the choir at school, and the song Vive nous la vie was made to help kids who are emotionally or mentally distressed, and it teaches them to look at the positive side of everything. To help them overcome, as we say, all their hardships and problems that they have. And the song itself has inspired all of us to do the same at school. In fact, we all have to look at the positive side of things and try to overcome what we have in front of us and live your life to the fullest, as it says.
Pratham, in your opinion, why is it important to talk about bullying in a school like Dukesbridge?
Talking about bullying matters because if you ignore it, it's not going to go away. Realistically, bullying is something that should not be accepted. I was in an anti-bullying skit at my school. I was one of the bullies bullying that person. And to be honest, even though I knew it was just a skit, I didn't like being mean to that person. During the play, eventually he committed suicide. And I think it really showed a message that was really important, and other kids really needed to see it in case they were going through that struggle.
Avivya, as a student in a program based on the Australian curriculum, how do you find the way you are assessed, for example, through assessment rather than traditional exam?
I feel like these assessments that are overall throughout the year, spread out throughout the year, are much more like efficient and practical, because these traditional exams, when you have to perform on a particular day at a particular time at a particular place, all the stress and pressure put on you, maybe to top the exams, come first or second or get good marks, and this will affect the outcome of how you will perform. If you're stressed, your mind may go blank, or maybe you're sick and you're not going to perform well, or you might be absent and you won't get marks, you might be failing. So I feel like these overall assessments throughout the year, they get the better evaluation of your standard in studying rather than just writing down a few answers that you've memorized in a particular time.
How does your school prepare you to face the challenges of tomorrow's world, especially with the skill like creativity and critical thinking?
Our school helps us prepare for the future in many ways, especially when it comes to teamwork and creativity. Recently, we've been working on a project called Shark Tank, which is where we have to create an innovative product, and judges rate it and see if it's worth selling. So during this project, I had to work with a team of 4, and at first, I don't really like working with teams. So it made me they helped me think of ways to approach a challenge I never would have thought of. Like, we created a desk. I wanted to create a product which would turn into a briefcase so it's easy to carry, because this is focusing on students and business workers. But they said, no, it's too sci-fi. So they said, why don't we put it into like a thin sheet and put it in a backpack, easy to carry, minimalistic. And at first I didn't like it that much. But the more we kept working on it, the more it makes sense. And I really appreciate telling me that I was wrong.
And it came to your interest as well, like you start to like it.
Yeah, after a while. But at first, I really didn't, but it helped.
Avivya, Dukesbridge emphasizes on the inclusion of students with special needs. Have you ever worked or interacted with classmates who have different needs? What do you think about that?
In fact, yes, I have interacted with friends and classmates with special needs. We have a few students in the choir with special needs, and when music day came, we performed a song. I was on the piano and doing a few back vocals, and the same song in fact had been performed earlier, but when the child sang this song, it was so much more magical because he sang with passion and enthusiasm, and it was wonderful. And then we saw that they, like us, are talented, and every single child is special, and not just to like disclude them because of who they are, but they want to be included with us. They want friends like we do. So
Okay, so when you see that someone is in a difficulty or they need help, do you approach them or help them sometime?
normally, yes, I do. I like to go find out what's wrong and see how I can help.
Pratham, can you add to what Avivya said?
I as well have worked with a student with autism in my class, and at first he was loud, disruptive, and it was very difficult to adapt to having him in my class. But eventually, after time went on, I worked with him and I started to understand how to work with him. And I found in other ways he was smarter than me. So he had these individual sessions with teachers to help him progress. And when it came to the mini assessment or the assessment day, he did extremely well. He got one of the highest marks in the class, and everyone was really surprised. And the teacher was very impressed. So I think that was pretty cool to see.
What do you think is it important to respect and support diversity in a school?
Well, respecting diversity is not just about tolerance, it's about learning from people who see the world differently. We all come from different places and social backgrounds. Dukesbridge is special because it has an affordable price compared to other schools. And I really appreciate that I can interact with people from those different backgrounds. I can wear the same uniform as them, I can play with them, and it's just really beautiful or fun.
Avivya, how do you perceive this different educational approach which favors holistic development rather than academic success?
Well, I feel like this unique approach of Dukesbridge on the overall development is a very important approach. In fact, for in school we are preparing us for future, and that this approach will teach us what we need to be good people, to strive and to succeed in our future. So this approach is one very necessary approach, and one that I am proud to have to being taught in our school.
Pratham, what do you like the most about the way that the school teaches you?
You learn easier when what you do matters outside of school. I think it's important that lessons do connect to real life situations because it will also help you when you grow up, when you become an adult.
Avivya, what do you think about the partnership between Dukesbridge and the Australian government? Does it give you a more international view of education?
Yes, it does. In fact, a few weeks ago, I had participated in the Australian maths competition, which I didn't know even existed, like before Dukesbridge told me about it. And I was super happy to be able to participate, and I enjoyed it very much. And I felt like I wouldn't have been able to do this if it weren't for the collaboration between Dukesbridge and the Australian government. And the Australian government have supported us through all our projects, all of our launching of the songs and the inaugurations of schools. That has made Dukesbridge a very good school, in fact, and I'm really happy with that.
Okay. Pratham, do you have something to add to it? What Avivya just said?
So, as Dukesbridge has collaborated with the Australian government, when we will eventually finish school and get our certificate, it will have an Australian government seal on it, which could really help us when finding a university. Say we go to Australia, that will probably help us a lot. And even if we go to other international universities, it will most likely help us. Dukesbridge is the only school in Africa to be certified by the Australian government, which is really a big honor, and we're very grateful for it.
Okay. Avivya, out of school, do you participate in activities or projects that matters to you, such as bullying, action, or community activities?
In fact, yes, being in the choir is one of those activities against all the bullying and others. Last year we released the song called Ensemble, which was a protest against bullying. And we've released other songs before that all have messages and morals that help the country and us and all those who listen to our songs more. And I like to do this because I know that I'm doing it for the good of our country. So I like it.
Okay. Do you have a particular experience or memory to share that how Dukesbridge helped you to become a better citizen?
Yes. This year, I participated in the debate competition for Dukesbridge. It was surrounding social media and how we have to use the responsibilities of social media wisely. And it's also about the digital citizenship, because you have to know how to behave well on social media. The reality is we live in a modern world, and it's important to know how to respect the boundaries of social media. So through my research that I did, it really helped me understand further of what I already knew of social media.
Okay. Avivya, you have something to add to it?
Yes, as I said earlier, that the song Ensemble, we went and sang on the beach, and we had kids from other schools who came and sang with us. And it helped me understand how what we're doing in the choir is helping everyone, and that how Dukesbridge and me along with them are changing for the better good. And I feel like when I grow up, I'll be able to do the same thing, like helping other people understand as well.
We have come to the end of our emission. Thank you, Avivya. Thank you, Pratham. We'll meet you next week with other youngsters. Thank you and good evening.